Good morning, Year 4. Now this week you've been learning all about what life was like in Victorian schools. And today we're going to continue with that topic and we're going to read some sections of a book called You Wouldn't Want to Be a Victorian School Child. And it says now with 25% extra misery, gloom and despair. Oh dear. So what I suggest that you do is that you get a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil and that you jot down some notes as you learn some facts when you go through the book, because your task today is to use the information from here and any information that you have learned so far this week. So write a set of instructions for surviving a day as a Victorian school child. There is a second video for you to look at after you have watched this one. But I suggest when I say a time or you read any information that you think you can use, particularly the timings of things throughout the day, then I suggest you make a quick note of that because you're going to need them for your instructions to be able to write them in chronological order. So let's find out what the first page holds. It is called School, the Place for You, Ready for School. Sleep well the night before school. Sleep well the night before school starts so you don't come to lessons tired. Yawning in class will land you in trouble. Wash properly before you come to school. Scruffy urchins will be sent home. Eat a good breakfast. An empty stomach is as bad as an empty head at school. Don't be late. School starts at 9 o'clock sharp. If you are late, you'll be sent to see the head teacher for a telling off. Oh dear. So, we've been doing a lot of the reading so far, so I would now like you to read this section in your own time. If you need any extra time to read, then please press pause. Okay, there's a picture here of the school look with a separate girls and boys entrance, which is what you've been learning about yesterday. And it says here, handy hint, know where school is as you might have miles to walk. If you get lost, ask a policeman. Okay, the next section here, right, school begins at 9 o'clock. Look at some of the gruesome faces of those head teachers and teachers. Hopefully Sully staff room doesn't look as scary as this. Okay. Once you are through the school gates, you will be in school for the rest of the day. If you get there early, you will have some time to meet your friends and enemies in the playground. As 9 o'clock approaches, you are called into the school building by a teacher ringing a handbell. Get a move on, don't dawdle. Okay. Can you now please read this section? Okay, so pause it if you need any extra time. Handy hint, there are no smelly toilets inside the school building. They are outside in the fresh air. It is a good idea to go before lessons begin. Oh dear, the knit nurse. When assembly is over, you will be inspected by the knit nurse. If she finds lice in your hair, she will shave your head. Illness, do not come to school with infectious diseases such as chickenpox or measles. If you do, you will be sent straight back home. Cleanliness. Make an effort to look clean. If you insist on looking like you have been rolling in mud, you will be sent to the washroom or maybe even home. Okay, so there's some facts there that you might want to use in your instructions. Okay, here's an example of some of the resources. A blackboard, the type of desk that children would have sat on, that they would have written on slate. Here's an example of the register. Okay. Assembly finishes at 9:30 and you file back to your classroom, boys to their room and girls to theirs. Go straight to your desk and sit down. Be quick and do not make a noise. When everyone is in place, your teacher will call out the class register in alphabetical order. When you hear your name, answer in a loud, clear voice. Here, miss. If you mumble, or if she sees you fidgeting, messing with your inkwell or fiddling with your desk, she will shake the school signal to attract your attention. When the register has been called out, it will be time for the first lesson of the day to begin. Look, and there she is there with her rattle. Okay. And then it's saying, look, stand up as soon as an adult comes into the classroom. This shows respect for your elders and betters. If you don't stand up, you will be in trouble. Okay then, it says here, okay, so open your readers, the reading lesson. Are you ready for this? So can you read those two sections, please? Learn by heart and know the alphabet. Okay. After the register has been called, the first lesson begins. Reading. It is one of the lessons known as the 3 R's. Reading, writing and arithmetic. They are the most important parts of your education. Okay. So then it's showing you an example of a writing lesson here. Look, this is the type of book that you would have used. It's called a copybook. Neat handwriting was a must. Make sure your pencil is sharp and your ruler is straight. It says here, pen and ink. You write with a pen that has a hard steel nib which you dip into your inkwell. Ink is messy stuff. Try not to get it on your hands or your clothes. Okay. Tell me there, don't put too much ink on the nib. And sit up straight, oh dear. If the teacher thinks you are a lazy child who is not trying hard enough, she might make you sit with a back straightener pressed into your back. It'll make you sit up and concentrate. I'm sure it would. Okay, then it's just showing here an arithmetic, a maths lesson, using an abacus there. Okay, oh dear, and the D for dunce's cap. D is for dunce. If your brain cannot cope with what is 9 times by 12, apparently the answer to that is on the page somewhere. Oh, I've seen it. You will be made to wear the dunce's cap until the lesson is over. Oh dear, I can't imagine anybody would be wanting to wear that dunce's cap. This page is just showing you another type of lesson, which is called an object lesson, where teachers would bring in an object. So that could be anything from a spider, a globe, an atlas, a picture of a castle, and the children would need to research facts about it. Okay, that's her specimen cabinet there. Okay, oh, it is lunchtime. Okay, so can you please read this section here? Okay, remember to pause it if you need any extra time. Okay, so it says here, these are the type of games that children might have played. Chase, marbles, hoop and stick, skipping, or indeed football. So they would play this with a hard, heavy ball made from leather. Okay, so that's the lunchtime there. Okay, lessons start again at 2 o'clock. Go straight to your classroom and sit down at your desk. To make sure that everyone has come back to school, the children will call out the class register just like at the start of the morning lessons. Afternoon lessons are often the same as the morning ones, more reading, writing and arithmetic. There are also practical lessons such as the drill lesson, which you will have the opportunity to do on Friday. It will improve your fitness through lots of running around, jumping up and down, climbing ropes and touching your toes. On your marks, get set, go. Okay. Just showing you some of the lessons that the boys and the girls might have done differently in the afternoons. Okay. Prizes and punishments. So I'm sure some of you will have learned about this during your research on Monday, but we know already about the dunce's hat, but also the cane was used in England and Wales when naughty children were whacked on their hands or their bottoms with a cane. Or you might have had lines to write. This is a much less painful punishment. You will be told to write the same sentence out 100 times or more. But going back here to where it says about the cane, this boy is giving you a handy hint. Protect your backside before a thrashing. Then tighten your muscles, shut your eyes and grit your teeth. So while he's telling you to pop a book down your trousers. Okay, so let's find out about the end of the school day. Can you read that silently, please? Okay then, so hopefully you have learnt some fun, if not gruesome, facts about life for Victorian children in schools. You now need to tune into video number 2 and it will tell you all about the activity that you're going to be doing, which, as I said earlier, is writing a survival guide, a set of instructions for surviving a day in a Victorian school. So, pob luck, blwyddyn pedwar, and we look forward to receiving your survival guides. Hwyl fawr!